Reno, Nevada. Neil, you're on the Savage Nation. The issue is jets to Egypt. What do you feel about that?
Yes. Okay. I used to live and work in Egypt, and I was there during the Clinton era when they first started delivering F-16s to Egypt. And those guys were breaking them faster than they could be shipped into Egypt.
What do you mean by breaking? What do you mean by breaking? What do you mean breaking them?
They couldn't fly them, and they couldn't repair them without doing damage to them. I knew some of the U.S. pilots that were training the Egyptians. I suspect that these 20 are replacements for some of the ones that are completely unserviceable.
Mm-hmm. And well, they need to be on. They need to have planes. Well, the Muslim Brotherhood needs them to suppress the people in Egypt. They can strafe the Tahrir Square with them. They could do a nice strafing job. They need it. They need it to suppress the population. No, this is crazy. But no, at a time like this, with turmoil like this, don't you think some of these planes will fall in the hands of enemies of America themselves?
If they do, they'll probably not be in flyable shape. So you are gambling that the same will repeat what was going on during the Clinton era.
Well, let's go backwards in time. The Egyptians didn't fly their jets in their wars with Israel. It was not all Egyptian pilots. There were many Russian pilots. Is that correct?
That is correct. And
okay. Let's take it a step at a time. But today, is there an alliance between Russia and Egypt on the same level? I don't believe there is.
No.
Okay, so who would fly the planes for the Egyptians? Since they're busy torturing and raping their population, who would actually fly the planes for the Egyptian Air Force?
And they would do probably the same thing they were doing in the late 90s, which was running them off the runway and doing things such as breaking the engines. So the thing is that the Egyptians, if we didn't give them the planes, they would ask for cash, and they'd go out and buy Russian equipment.
Okay, so you're arguing that this is a good thing, then, that it actually makes sense. This is sort of like a Trojan horse we're selling them.
It's a good thing. It's kind of neutral. It's probably how Lockheed Martin is getting rid of some overproduction. And they need some place to send it. Now, I knew the U.S. pilots that were doing the training, and they said the jets given to Egypt were not up to the latest standards.
Well, now wait a minute. But these are the 4th generation or 5th generation F-16 I read that they're getting with the latest avionics packages.
Yeah, but you can also take a battleship and beat it into spear points.
So you believe that this is actually a ruse on the part of the administration?
No, I think they think they're doing some good for their Muslim brothers in Egypt.
Yeah.
And Lockheed Martin is getting rid of some excess planes that the U.S. military probably didn't order, but they built on a gamble or on speculation.
So in this way they get like a $300 million whatever contract for junk that no one needs.
Yeah. So
I don't know. So I can't. It's hard for me. Look, Neil, I would like to believe you. Unfortunately, I have such a cynical view of Obama, I can't really buy what you're saying wholesale. I actually think that he's trying to bolster the Egyptian Air Force.
And
thank you for the call. I don't know if I can believe, because they just sold Abrams tanks to Egypt as well. Monster, the best tank in the world. And we can't argue that they were junkers too. Let's not underestimate the Egyptian military, first of all. I mean, let's go back in time. You ask any Israeli who fought the Egyptians, they had great respect for them. And whether the Arabs were in Syria or in Egypt, they're phenomenal warriors. They're great warriors. Ask the Jews. They'll tell you the truth. They know they are. It's just that God was on the side of the Israelis. And that's why they won. But this can't go on forever. You could wake up with no Israel. People would go on anyway. They would just get, instead of legalized medical marijuana, it'd be medical crack.